Hey, first grade rock stars. This is Mrs. Boucher here, and I'm here to help you a little bit with describing connections. This week, your iReady lessons, or one of them, is going to be about making connections. So that's what good readers do. They make connections as they read to better understand what's going on in a story or a text. And think about building blocks like Legos. When you connect two blocks, they make a connection, and you can build something with them. That's what sentences do in a story. They're building ideas together. To connect means to fit together. Here are two kinds of connections you're looking at right now. Time order is one of the connections. Those are the first two pictures at the top. We use this phrase to tell about when one event follows another, which means one event happens right after another. Look at those pictures. Time order. One event follows another in order. First, it's daytime, then it's nighttime. Nighttime always follows daytime. Can we think of some other time order connections? Good thinking. Another one could be the hours in the day. 10 o'clock comes after 9 o'clock. Or the days in the week. After Monday comes Tuesday, or even the months in the year. I know that after January is February, and then comes March. So those are time connections. Another type of connection that you will see in stories is a cause and effect. We use this phrase to tell about when one event causes another, which means one event makes another one happen. Look at these pictures. They show a cause and effect connection. In the first picture, it's raining. So then what happens? In the next picture, because it rained. Yep, the ground is all wet. That is a cause and effect, where one event causes another one to happen. Let's go to our next picture. There is a story that we didn't get to read together, but it's called What It's Like to Be a Fish. Well, I know in your schema that you know about fish already. Look at these pictures. These pictures give me some information about fish. What do? They race to the top of the bowl and snap at their food and gulp it down. How are these events connected to each other? Let me think. They race to the top. That happens first. Then they snap at the food and gulp it down. We can think of this as one event because they snap and gulp at the same time. So that happens second. The second event happens right after the first one. So these events are connected by time order. That's a time order event. Let's look at the next connection. Ooh, a scary snake. I don't like those. And a frog. What kind of connection is this? Is it a time order connection or a cause and effect connection? Well, why does the snake flick its tongue? You're right. If you said it wants to eat the frog, you were right. So what does the frog do? It jumps away. It does not want to be eaten. What makes the frog jump? The frog jumps because the snake flicks its tongue. The frog wants to get away from that hungry snake. So the snake flicks its tongue and causes the frog to jump. How can we describe the connection between these two events? You're right, that's a cause and effect. The frog jumps because the snake flicks its tongue and he wants to get away. Let's look at the last example. Describing connections. Well, what does the frog see on the leaf? If you use your eagle eye very closely, it's a moth. What does the frog do? You're right, it eats the moth. How does the frog feel after eating the moth? It's not hungry anymore. Why doesn't the frog feel hungry anymore? You're right, because it ate the moth. Kind of like when you eat lunch, you're not hungry anymore after you eat your whole lunch. Well, what kind of event or describing connection is that? You're right, it's a cause and effect. Because the frog ate something for lunch, it does not feel hungry. Cause and effect. Good job. So when you're doing your iReady lesson, I want you to think about making connections and those building blocks like Legos that I told you about.